Well, look at Mr. D here. He's got himself in a pretty good setup. He's got his hands forward of the ball, which I like. Um, Maybe not quite that much further forward, but what I would like to see is a little tilt of the spine away from the golf ball. We'd like to have a straight line going up the lead side here. And you can see that the shoulder is out past the lead foot. We've got to get that little bit of a spine tilt so we have a straight line. If you look behind him, there's another golfer that's got that tilt set up. You can see there behind him is a golfer that happens to be in a good position. You can see the difference in the two positions. Let's get rid of both lines. So we're going to ask Dave to get his head a little bit further behind the ball so that he's got the ball past his lead cheek. What would happen if I drew a line straight up from the ball? Looks like it's going to hit him right in the head. We need that, and you see how far the tilt has to be in order for it to be in front of the cheek. So we need to get his head behind the golf ball, not directly over the golf ball. I know it sounds contradictory, but it is. We got to be behind the golf ball because we're hitting the back of the ball, not the top of the ball. Let's go ahead and fast play this forward at 1/8 speed. Nice low and slow takeaway. A lot of rotation of the shoulders, very nicely. Legs planted firmly. Let's look at the top of the swing. Notice he's got his shoulder well past the golf ball. Now, if I draw that magical line up, now he's behind the ball. Why not start there instead of having to find a way to get there on the backswing? I think it'd make it more comfortable. He's also created what's called the X factor, and that means the shoulders have turned a lot more than the hips, and the hips have turned more than the knees. So he's developing some really good lower body torque. He's got his hands well behind him. He's got a nice 90-degree set in his hands for that conservation of angular momentum we talk a lot about. Now let's go ahead and bring it forward. Up there, see now there's what happens. We dive forward. That's got to go away. That is a killer of the golf swing right there. That changes the whole center point of the swing, makes it very difficult to hit behind the ball, to get in from behind the ball, to look behind the ball. Again, we're looking now at the forward part of the ball. Let's clear the line out of the way. We're going to continue on down. Now he's well out in front of the ball. If I drew the line straight up and down now, his head is past the ball. It's still got to be behind the ball. It makes it very, very difficult to get a good forward momentum move when we're already out. He's got to pull up. Notice how close the club face is through here at impact. Watch this really closely. There. See how close that club face is? That's the issue right there. He's rotating that club face, slamming it in the ground because he's coming in so steep because his head is out in front. If you keep your head back, you have a shallower attack. Again, path and bottom, both of these are affected by moving the head around. Good weight transfer on the rotation, great finish. That's what he's been working on. So if we can just get him to keep his head back and he finishes like that, and again, we're going to draw the straight line down there. Everything's right on that line, good and parallel. So we just got that one little situation where we have the head too far forward at setup, and then we're diving forward from the top of the backswing.